Hello everyone, Dr. Mark with you again, and today I wanted to discuss a serious subject that affects a lot of our dogs. Tension, nervousness, and hyperactivity, these are issues with dogs as well as with people. Anyone who has been blessed with a nervous little chihuahua or a hyperactive boxer might even say that the problem is even more severe with dogs than it is with people. Some dogs feel threatened or in danger even when nothing justifies it. When dogs get tense, they start doing things like licking their front leg past the hair, down past the flesh, and right to the bone. Nervousness and hyperactivity lead to holes in the yard, holes in your couch, and holes in the drywall. Pacing, barking excessively, and forgetting house training are all signs of an anxious dog. This video will go over some 18 great tips on things you can do to reduce anxiety. Most anxious dogs are not cured easily and need several things to help them. Try several of the suggestions from this video if you have a nervous dog, and if they do not work, keep trying the other suggestions here. The first suggestion is to try comfort food. You already know that most dogs are food-oriented, and sometimes all an anxious dog needs is comfort food. A dog's idea of comfort food is a raw chicken foot or a large beef bone that has been allowed to age, although your dog may be different and may have other types of comfort food, like ice cream. Try a large raw bone first, which will keep your dog busy for several hours, but if your dog is not distracted chewing it, you just need to play around and find out what they want. Do not overdo this. Just like with people, too much comfort food leads to obesity. If your dog is nervous and suffering from separation anxiety, one method that may help is to give them some food before you leave the house and sit with them while it is eaten. The stomach will be full and your pet will be more likely to sleep. This does not work with all dogs, as some will even refuse their favorites when nervous about being left alone. The second thing to try is a safe space. This will vary from dog to dog, as not all pets will want to use the safe space you have chosen when feeling nervous. A safe space is very good for dogs with noise anxiety but has to be set up correctly. To set up a safe space, you should put an appropriately sized crate in a quiet room, but if no quiet room is available, the space should not be near the front or back door where movement is more likely. If using a wire crate, drape a blanket over the cage to make it darker and feel like a den. You should also have a fan on in the room, and some dogs do better if they have white noise like a cell phone or some other sound system next to the crate playing mellow piano music. One type of crate available, the Zen crate, has a fan to block noise, a gentle rocking movement to distract your dog, and also plays music. If you cannot set up a safe space and just have a little corner to use, they may be worth the expense. They can be purchased on the internet or at some local pet stores. The third thing to try for an anxious dog is massage and touch. Dogs enjoy being touched by humans, and a good massage is sometimes even better at relaxing an anxious dog. If you do not feel up to this task, canine massage therapists are available in many large urban areas now. If you cannot find one, ask a vet that deals with senior dogs suffering from arthritis. Years ago I bought the Tellington Touch book and learned the technique to help out some of my overstressed canine patients. Whereas acupressure and acupuncture are more likely to help dogs with musculoskeletal problems, touch was designed to help nervous and tense dogs. I think it should be tried, but you may need the other techniques in this video. Number 4 is simple, just a long walk. Exercise is really the ultimate way to calm any dog down. Any dog that walks far enough is going to be tired, and almost all tired dogs are going to relax and fall asleep. Even a mellow dog needs at least one 30-minute walk a day, and if you can walk your dog 3 times a day, they will thank you for it. A hyper dog with a loaded backpack, of course, will tire out that much sooner, and reward you with a nap when you arrive home. In my opinion, the beach provides an excellent location to practice meditation, but you do not need to live on the beach to provide your dog with long walks. Alexandra Horowitz, in her excellent book Inside of a Dog, recommends dogs be taken on an occasional smell walk. This is a great idea if you have a geriatric golden retriever, but perhaps not so good if you have a young Jack Russell Terrier that you want to sleep before midnight. If your dog likes to play ball, this is another great form of exercise. No matter what though, get out and walk your dog. Both of you will benefit from it. The fifth suggestion is to take your dog swimming. Although most of the evidence for the benefits of swimming is for humans, the same things apply to dogs. Swimming is a great form of exercise as many more muscles are used than with walking. Some dogs like pools, but others are only interested in lakes, rivers, and beaches. If you have a location available, you will find that the amount of time spent walking will be greatly reduced, and your dog will be more tired and more likely to relax and sleep after a session. If you are taking your dog swimming for the first time, be sure to purchase a dog life vest before taking them into the water. Most of them love the water, but not all dog breeds are good swimmers. The sixth thing you can do for your anxious dog is to play good music. In shelter dogs, a study with piano music showed that dogs spent more time relaxing with their heads down than they did when exposed to hormones or lavender. Shelter dogs are even more nervous than dogs in a normal household. Many types of music are effective, but studies have shown better results with piano classical. You can download piano music on your cell phone and play it when your dog retreats to their safe space. There are also CDs designed to calm anxious dogs. The seventh tip is to try calming treats. Many different brands are available, but most use herbal remedies that have not been tested. One study done on a product that contained passion flower found it effective, and other studies support the benefits of tryptophan. If you are trying one of these treats in times of stress, use a calming chew with passion flower and melatonin. There are many available with ingredients that might help, but both of these have been studied and have been shown to help dogs suffering from anxiety. The eighth tip is the calming collar. When a mother dog has puppies, she produces a hormone that has a calming effect on the puppies while they are nursing. This product is available as a diffuser, but if you have a puppy that is never in one place for too long, a collar is more likely to help. Many versions are available, but this collar has been shown to be effective. The ninth is the hormone diffuser. Although this product has not been shown to be more effective than music, it is very good for many dogs and should be considered if the other methods you use are ineffective. It is odorless and only dogs can smell the pheromones that are released from the diffuser. Even in a veterinary clinic, where dogs are often suffering from anxiety due to separation from their families, dogs were less destructive, paced less, and stopped licking excessively. In the home, this hormone diffuser is probably even more effective. If you still need more, here are 8 other things you can try. The 10th tip is the thunder shirt or other calming coats. By applying pressure to your dog's torso, these shirts make a dog feel calmer when worn. These products are helpful in some anxiety conditions like fireworks and thunder, but not in others, like those dogs suffering from separation anxiety. A blanket might work as well in some dogs, but if they get up and walk around, it will no longer be effective, so it is worth investing in one of these coats. The prices vary depending on the brand, and they are much less expensive than setting up a safe space. They will not work for all dogs, so try some of the alternatives listed above first. The next tip is counterconditioning and desensitization training. Behavioral training may be all that your dog needs, but when combined with the other methods on this list, the results can be extraordinary. Use counterconditioning to help your dog associate the thing they are afraid with something good. If your dog becomes anxious when the garbage truck comes by, be sure to be there for them and give treats, lots of praise, a favorite toy, etc. Counterconditioning works well with a fear of fireworks. This training method is not going to work overnight, and some dogs will need sedatives or other medicines while in training, but eventually, this works well in many cases of anxiety. Desensitization is another training method and may be more appropriate for separation anxiety and fear of other dogs. Dogs are exposed to something they are afraid of and learn that it is no big deal. If your dog gets upset every time you leave the house, walk out the front door, close it for a few seconds, and then walk back in. You can increase the time outside a little each day and they will eventually realize it is nothing to worry about. This method also works much better with some medications. You can also try sedatives and mood-changing drugs. There are many sedatives and other medications available for dogs with anxiety. They all need to be used with behavioral cures like training, counterconditioning, and a safe space, but sometimes dogs will need to be on medication for years or the rest of their lives. I definitely recommend you try the more natural cures like walking and swimming first, but a few of the most common drugs include Xanax, Clomicam, Valium, and Prozac. All of these medications are only available through your veterinarian, and they will take a careful history and physical before deciding which one is the best choice. Some are more effective for separation anxiety, some for thunderstorms, and others are used for specific problems like dog-dog anxiety. These medications are going to be more effective than many of the other things on the list, but many have side effects. Try the other methods listed above before resorting to their use. The 13th tip is melatonin. This natural hormone encourages dogs to sleep during the night, and giving it other times of the day reduces anxiety by helping them become drowsy. If you want to purchase calming chews for your dog, be sure to buy a product that has this hormone. If you are giving it alone, do not use the human pills, since some contain artificial sweeteners like xylitol that can be toxic to your dog. Number 14 is the many herbal remedies available. Unfortunately, many of these remedies have not been proven to work in dogs, but many have been shown to work well in humans. Since so little money is available in research funds for dogs, and almost no pharmaceutical company is going to benefit financially from proving that a herb works, research may never be done. If you want to try some of these things, however, your best choices are valerian root, chamomile, and St. John's wort. Valerian root may be useful in humans but has not been shown to be effective in dogs. In the one study I have seen, of a product called Rescue Remedy, the study showed that no statistically significant differences were found when dogs were exposed to Pet Remedy or the placebo. Many anecdotal reports of this dog's effectiveness in dogs exist, however, and it is a common additive in the herbal stress chews and pills available over the counter. Chamomile is a common component of dog relaxing chews, and this herb is sometimes useful in reducing anxiety. It is probably not effective in all conditions though, so even if you use calming treats you should also try the alternatives. The last one you can try is St. John's wort, as it has been shown to work in humans. It has been shown to be effective in one type of behavioral problems in dogs, tail chasing, but may not be effective in other anxiety orders like separation anxiety. In a combination product, it may be beneficial but also may interfere with many other medications, so if your dog has any other health problems, be careful. The 15th suggestion is lavender oil. Aromatherapy has been tried for anxiety, but there is little data to support their effectiveness and safety. Lavender oil, however, has been shown to be useful in travel-related anxiety and may be useful in other cases. If you do decide to use this instead of some of the other methods listed, do not buy any aromatherapy product that lists a lot of other ingredients and is labeled anxiety. Only lavender has been shown to be effective, and the mixed products have much less of it. This essential oil is sold only for aromatherapy, and lavender oil should not be put on the food or onto your dog's skin. Essential oils are expensive to produce and are not that cheap to purchase. If it is much less than the other products you have seen, it probably has a very low amount of lavender and will not be effective. Aromatherapy should not be used on a dog with a chronic medical condition until you have consulted with your veterinarian. Another that can help is tryptophan. A common ingredient in many calming dog treats, tryptophan has been shown to alter the moods of mammals. It is not a miracle cure, since dogs have been shown to spend less time on anxious behavior but may not stop completely. Controlled studies have found that it has a variable effect, but it has been useful in some situations, and there are plenty of anecdotes that report that it is useful. All dog foods already have tryptophan in them, but if you decide to supplement with this, be sure to buy a calming treat that also has passion flower and melatonin. The 17th tip is the dog park. The benefit of a dog park is that an anxious dog will be able to exercise freely, even more so than when out for a walk, and will sometimes be more likely to relax. The big disadvantage of the dog park, and the reason I have added it towards the end of the video, is that some dogs will become more stressed when dealing with other members of their species. You might want to try this, as the other things do not work, but do not take your dog to the park as they have dog-dog anxiety. The last tip works well for some, and it is CBD oil. Dogs has even more cannabinoid receptors than a human, which may be one reason greater effectiveness and more cases of toxicity are reported in dogs. Some studies have shown CBD oil to be effective for arthritis and secondary pain, but no studies are available that show that the oil has a calming influence on dogs. In fact, studies do show that it has no effect on anxiety when given at recommended levels. This is the reason I have added this at the bottom of the list. Despite this information, there are anecdotal reports that it works and some websites suggest it is the best thing out there for dogs with anxiety. Dosage recommendations, especially for anxiety, are rather vague and vary from site to site. If you do decide to use this drug, be aware that it is still illegal in some places. Dosage recommendations vary due to the manufacturer of the oil, so be sure to read all the literature available when you receive the product so as to not overdose your dog. I did want to add a note about homeopathic remedies. Homeopathic remedies sold at some pet shops will put a label on the bottle telling you that they will make your dog relax and feel better. They are just water with almost nothing else in them, which is why the label can use phrases like non-toxic, gentle, and dog cannot overdose or become sick. These remedies have a placebo effect, and unfortunately, when the human family doses their dog, they will feel like they are helping and sometimes even tell their family and friends that their dog is less anxious. Bach flower essences also put non-toxic on the label because they are just water. Even if the flower is of any benefit, it has been diluted out of this product. Numerous studies have been done on humans and dogs and none of them show that this worked better than the placebo. None of these cures work. You are wasting your money when you could be getting one of the products listed above. Worse than that, you are making your dog suffer and he or she will continue to be anxious because of these medications. If you do not want your dog to suffer, do not buy these things. Try the 18 tips in this video and you will find a solution that will help your dog. Thanks for watching. If you need any help with your dog's behavioral issues, you can leave me a comment and I will try to help. If you have any health problems, you can leave a question at my Ask a Vet column at your Pets at Home. Please include your dog's age, sex, breed, and the results of any tests you have had done. The more complete your question is, the more likely I am able to provide an answer that will help. If you learned something from this video, give it a like so that YouTube will send it to more dog owners. If you want to see more videos about dogs in your feed, subscribe to my channel. There are many videos already on the channel of behavior, nutrition, and diseases like heartworm.